What's up? Okay, I actually want to share a story with you guys, but not here. I'm gonna head to campus. So this is the University of Mount Union. This is where I'll actually be a senior this upcoming semester, which is crazy for me to think about. And as some of you guys already know, my name is Devontae Friga, and I am the starting small forward for this very small Division III liberal arts school in the butt of nowhere in Ohio. And honestly, if you would have told me 10 years ago that I would be the starting anything on a basketball team in college, I probably wouldn't have believed you. And I guess like here's where the story really starts to begin. I have an older brother, his name is Isaac, and he's always been a role model for me. He's always been somebody that I looked up to, and I feel like that's something you do with older siblings that are just good people, and that's how I look at Isaac. Isaac is big, he's strong, he's confident. He had a lot of friends in high school. He was a really good BMX biker, I don't know how to say that. The one that stuck out to me the most was he was a really good wrestler. Side note though, it is pretty funny how like when you really truly look at your role model, you can tell the influence they actually have on you, because I am by no means a BMX biker, but I tried it before. I'm by no means a skateboarder, and I'm not saying stereotypically look at me because I'm a partially black male. I'm saying that's just not who I am. I just know myself, that's just not who I am. But I fell in love with it because my brother was in love with it and my friends loved it. And it's just things that you try as a kid. But like I mentioned, the whole wrestling thing stuck out to me a lot, and that's because I think like my family was surrounded by sports their whole lives, and it's just like another part of motivation for us. It's another reason to see each other, especially as we get older. But I actually started wrestling in 6th grade, and in 6th grade I had my first match. My first match was actually horrible. I ended up breaking my nose, getting a concussion, and breaking part of my neck, like part of something in my neck. Like, it was honestly, as most of you guys could guess, from that point on I was just done with wrestling. I was done. I wanted to try something new, so I started basketball. And I'd always been interested in basketball. I'd always played basketball. I actually played organized basketball in 3rd and 4th grade, then started getting into wrestling, and like the story I just told you. So I tried out for my 7th grade basketball team, and I didn't make the team. Okay, reverse. I scratched that. I made the team, but I actually made the B team. So there were 2 teams for the 7th grade level. There was the A team and the B team. Now truthfully, the A team was filled with kids that you knew were going to continue to play throughout middle school and continue to play throughout high school and maybe play the college level. The B team was like, okay, we're just gonna like kind of feel bad for these kids, throw them on a team. They probably won't play within the next 2 or 3 years. But honestly, that's not really how I looked at it as a kid. As a kid, you look at it more of an opportunity than the coaches do, because you're like, hey, I made a team still. I mean, I was definitely a little upset. There's no way that I wasn't upset there, because the A team, you're old enough to understand that the A team kids are better. You've been playing with those kids for the last couple years. You know who's the best players on the team, and you know who's kind of like not. But I didn't really look at it as a failure. I actually took it as like a seed for a plant of motivation that I needed, and I let it fuel me instead. I don't think I was getting physically better at basketball, but I think mentally not able to be f***ed with. And I guess the way I looked at it was like, if I can push hard enough and use the failures as motivation, then I can make the 8th grade team next year. And that's how I looked at it. Okay, and long story short, 7th grade season went on, but I made a commitment to myself, better myself every day after 7th grade, not focus on anything else, and just make the 8th grade team the next year. I made the team the next year, didn't play a lot. Honestly, I played really shitty 8th grade. Not that my stats necessarily matter now, but they mean a lot to where I am today. And this is exactly where most 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old kids quit, when they get a couple years of failure behind them. When in fact, when you go through those failures, it's actually, maybe the failure's trying to tell you something, that something better's on the way. There's actually a quote that I love, and it's, failure is life's way of telling you that something good is on the way. There's no reason, absolutely zero reason for you to dwell if you don't make a team, or if you don't pass that class, or if you don't get a good grade, or if you're fighting with somebody in your life. There's no reason to dwell on it, because you can use it as motivation to get things better. And this is the exact energy that I wanted to challenge you guys with. I don't just challenge you today, I challenge you from today for the rest of your life. Take this type of mindset and energy and carry it on to everything that you do. It doesn't just have to be athletics. I know there's some kids that are watching me, and I know there's some adults that are watching me. It doesn't matter what age you are. You could be a 12-year-old watching me. You could be a 62-year-old watching me. And like I said, that is what I'm challenging you with today, because the same 7th grade kid that didn't make the basketball team is the same kid that gets to start on a college basketball team. And for the last 2 seconds that I have with you, thank you guys so much for the support. It really means a lot. My birthday is on July 21st, which is this Sunday. So let's get me to 10K for my birthday. Thanks.